Okay. Now, this might seem like a bit of break from the counting on. I hope you're not feeling like you're getting whiplash between doubles and measurement and more doubles and counting on and now story problems. But as I said before, the whole purpose of the counting on is that join, change, unknown story problems should make a little bit more sense. Partly because you're like subitizing this number. So when we do this, right, we're really thinking of it as 5 and then some extras we count up on our fingers. That is helping us then when we have this to be like, okay, we know we have 5 and we're going to count some extras to get to 8, if that makes sense. So we've called these all kinds of things. Join, change, unknown. I don't expect that will really make sense to kids. So later on, this is called a mystery change problem. And I think that's interesting, right? The 5 is changing to make 8, and it's a mystery how it changed. For our purposes, like the join part, is that it's really a plus story. In the story, they use the words more. But we're not going to add these numbers and get 13, which is a really common mistake, by the way, of like third graders, is to want to add these numbers and get 13. And so this is such an important lesson, right? One of the cool things is that it's fairly intuitive because it's in the context of a story. And so just making meaning of these numbers the whole time you're teaching, this is 5 red bears and 3 more bears come, and now we have 8 bears, is really going to be key. Now, you are going to want to have something set up on your carpet that looks like this. And what you're going to be doing during the course of the thing is putting a Post-it note in with numbers, right, to sometimes get an answer. You're also going to want a box that you can sit right here with a big old question mark on it, because that's where our mystery change, that's where our change unknown is going to be hidden, okay? You're also going to have Unifix cubes under this to show what's happening. So you can take your 8 and add the cubes that are hidden in the box to get your whole amount. You see what I'm saying? So you want to set this up. I imagine you have the carpet, kids are sitting around the carpet, and you're sitting here, right, with your little sentence and your box and your numbers and Unifix cubes. All right, so here we go. This is just a problem to start them off with their thinking, let them share their ideas, blah, blah, blah. Great. A little follow-up question. I'm going to let you puzzle through that and how you want to structure that, because that's not really the heart of the lesson. It's just nice to engage their brains with a problem, right? It is, but though, by the way, a bridge to like thinking about prep or whole for the rest of this. Okay, today we're going to use this number sentence, and you're going to lay it out on the carpet. This number sentence to figure out a special kind of story. Let's pretend the Unifix cubes are bears. You read the story all the way through. Then you go back, and as you read each sentence, you're going to use your cubes. Once upon a time, 3 little bears went to play tag in the forest. Then some more bears came over. This is when, teacher, you get out your box, and there's secretly 2 cubes inside that they can't see. You with me? In the end, there were 5 little bears playing tag in the woods. How many bears do you think came to play? Turn and talk to your partner. Let them, right, talk to their partner and think this through, and who knows what kind of answers. I assume some kids will get 8. I assume some kids will get 2, right? Let them foster that discussion. Ideally, they'd have Unifix cubes of the carpet that they could use while they're solving this problem, right? Great. Now, let's write a number sentence that matches your work. Give it a try. They're writing it on their whiteboard. We can do it too. And you're going to take this page and use Post-its to kind of fill it in. We had 3. We don't know what this is. The answer was 8. Right? Oh my God. 5. My bad. Right? This number sentence is 3 plus question mark equals 5. How did we figure out what it was? Who knows what kind of strategies they're going to say, right? Some might say that they subtracted. That's interesting because it's a plus story, right? Some might say they counted on. Some might say that they kept adding cubes till they got to 5, right? There's a lot. Some might say they just memorized this fact in their brain. So that's all really good. Now you're going to do another one. This time, 9 bears are playing tag. At first there were 6 bears playing. How many bears joined in? 9 is it's really gonna look like this. 9 equals 6 plus question mark. I really appreciate that Engage New York is trying to like switch this up on them. And so you're just gonna take your thing that you had arranged some way and you're just gonna turn it, right? So that it's like this. And then you're using your Unifix cubes, and it's really the same exact structure, right? Like you use your Unifix cubes, you let them talk, you have your mystery box, right? You solve it, you open the mystery box at some point to confirm it was 3, and then you're using Post-it notes to kind of show what's happening, right? So it's the same structure. So we had 3 plus question mark equals 5. That was the bears. And then 9 plus 6 equals question mark. And even though more bears were joining up in the story, we are always talking about more, we didn't add the 2 numbers, right? We didn't add 3 plus 5 and get 8. We didn't add 9 plus 6 and get 15. Why not? And have a conversation about how the mystery box is really what's getting added, right? And so we're not adding 3 and 5. We're thinking 3 and what should make 5. Right? We're missing a part. And I think really honing in on that we're missing a part instead of a whole is great. But I think that even more than that, like letting the kids explain, you're going to hear what is going to make sense to them. So sometimes, even if it's a joining story, we don't add. Even though the bears came more, we don't add because we might not be missing the result. We might be missing this change. We have to be extra careful to draw the story and make a movie in our mind. You might introduce the word mystery change here. You might say, these are mystery change problems. And so it's not as simple as adding. I wouldn't necessarily say that means you always subtract, right? Because we know there's different strategies. But you're introducing it here, and then they can do their IP.